What is going on, guys? Andrew Acevedo back with another post game, and how sweet it is. Little brother kicking the living shit out of big brother. Not just one night. They Mets whooped their ass last night. They whooped their ass for 7 innings, one bad pitch from David Peterson, but continue to whoop their ass into the night. Mets win 3-2. Post game as my tripod is as. 3-2 over the Yankees. Their third sweep of the season. First actual good team they swept, because the Phillies and Nationals, I wouldn't call them a big league team. But a win is a win. Look, we got the old man up. I know it's his day to shine. I'll start with him because he wasn't here last night. Your boy showed up. What were your first thoughts before we break down each individual performance tonight?
Listen, the Mets struggle against lefties, and if there's one thing Escobar is doing okay this year, that's hitting left-handed pitching. So, in that sense, at least he's doing something, not being totally useless. Like, there are other players on his roster that are literally useless. So, for him to come up there in the ninth inning and get the Mets off on the right foot, it got a little funny there with Nito bunting, especially he popped up that first one. I was like, dude, if Nito was coming up here just a bunt, I was like, I would rather had Guillorme out there. At least he could have swung the bat, and even if he's going to hit the ground ball, at least move the runner over. I mean, that's what I would have done, but at least he's able to get the bunt down. Nimmo hits it right back to the pitcher. Things could have got weird there. Just gets on the first. And then Marte, listen, money well spent. Between Scherzer and Marte, they spent a lot of money on in particular, those two guys, and they look like they're worth every single penny tonight. And that's what you need. Again, like these guys said, place was sold out, playoff atmosphere. You're facing the team with the best record in the league. So, this was high-pressure moments. You need guys that can handle high-pressure situations. Max Scherzer can handle any kind of pressure. They just said in the broadcast, Starling Marte, most walk-off hits in 2014. So, Starling Marte, when the going gets tough, listen, he's got that clutch gene. So, you got to have clutch in these big, close games. So, I'm just really glad to see that.
I thought the script writers would have been perfect if it was Lindor just for narratives. I was hoping Lindor would have been the guy to end it, but I was even saying, I don't care about narratives right now. Just get this goddamn win. And obviously Marte beats Wandy Peralta, which the Yankees make a unique decision what the Mets did. And it's funny how both New York teams do this in big games. They go to their closer in the 8th inning instead of the 9th, and it comes back to bite them. Except our team actually won the game. Wait, no, both teams won. Mets fan, general thoughts before we break down Max and everybody else individually.
Last night, before I went to bed, I posted a tweet about Marte being the most underappreciated Met on this team, and that's been proven right, and I think he's just got his spotlight that he deserved. We talk so much about Alonso and Lindor and McNeil and Nimmo and all of these guys, and Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, and everybody. Marte does not get enough credit, and all I can say, for the moment that we signed him, love the signing. The contract is obviously iffy. It's just the health that really concerns me. But, this is definitely a player that this team needed, and he's been a huge part from the two-hole the whole time. Max Scherzer shoved, didn't have his best stuff tonight, but he still got outs. So one thing I like about him is that when he doesn't have the strikeout stuff, he's got the contact managing stuff. So there's not really much of a loss with him, and then the bullpen tried to blow it, and then Seth Lugo
to the rescue. Who the hell had that in your bingo card?
Vintage Lugo. He needed that. Everyone needed that more than anything, and
we got a little bit of breaking news as we speak, and it's kind of funny. It relates to the Yankees. Jack Curry has just tweeted out the New York Yankees are acquiring Andrew Benintendi.
Really? They got him? Oh,
that's wow. Legit. Jack Curry from yes is just saying the Yankees are acquiring Benintendi.
Oh, wow. Geez, that's what happens when you get swept by the Mets. You desperately need help, huh?
Hey, this is the second team this Mets have done that to, because they've done it. They did it to the Cardinals where they were forced to call up Gorman and Liberatore. Obviously, we're talking about Gorman's been great, Liberatore not so much, but kind of funny. You get swept by the Mets or get embarrassed by a walk-off to the Mets. You have to make a move. So we'll see. We'll see Andrew Benintendi in August for the Yankees, which we'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit at the end. We'll talk about the game then. Maybe I'll make a video probably. So let's break down. I guess we'll start with Max, because that's where you start. Max, on his birthday, I even trolled you guys. I said he could have done a complete game tonight. It's just one of those games where the bullpen was dead. You needed him to go 7. I said he would go for a complete game, And he went 7. Again, like Mets fan said, did not have his prime stuff. A lot of fly balls. There was only one ground ball the whole game, and it was the Josh Donaldson, I believe, in the 6th inning. Frank, you alluded to it. This is what you pay $40 million a year for. Again, not with the best stuff. Well, how do you think Max did? Obviously, how great it was, but what did it show you?
Well, I mean, it just showed me what I know all along. Him and Jake, they're guys that the tougher the situation gets, the better they get. Max Scherzer is one of those guys that you have runners in scoring position, doesn't bother him. Bases loaded. I mean, he was based on this scenario, but no matter what it is, you're facing Aaron Judge, the MVP, the guy nobody could get out. It's just like strike out, strike out, strike out. He's just not bothered. I mean, if anything, it seems like he feeds off of it. This is a guy that plays so much off adrenaline. I mean, I would have been so afraid if I was in that dugout. Somebody's hand literally could have fell off their arm with how hard this man was.
Yep.
The guy is just flat out crazy. I thought he might even come out for the 8th the way he was acting in the dugout because, sometimes when a pitcher's done, you kind of see them settle down. They have the water, the jacket, the towel or whatever. They're kind of chilling. Max still had the hat on, no jacket. I thought he might come back out there for the 8th, knowing how crazy he is. But I'm just glad that no matter what the situation was, he got the pitches he needed to. He got it, a lot of big-time strikeouts, and that's what it all comes down to because once this Yankee team puts the ball in play with how hard they were hitting it, anything could happen. I mean, you never know when Escobar can make an error. I mean, we've seen plenty of that. So you got to get those big strikeouts in those big spots, and that's what he did. He used everything. I mean, there were times against Aaron Judge been so good with fastballs, he kept him with that slider. So I was really glad to see Scherzer using different approaches based on the hitters. So, I mean, and we've seen that happen with Jake. I always go back to the Jacob deGrom game against the Dodgers when he didn't have his best stuff, and you said, oh, man, this is not going to go well. But no matter how many guys he put on, he got out of it. And Max Scherzer, he could do that same thing. And, again, this is just the things you want to see where if you're going to be a playoff team, you're going to need these kind of performances. So it's just good. I mean, Max Scherzer could handle it, but it's just further proof. And we always say, do it in a Mets uniform. So, I mean, that's always the biggest thing. We know what Scherzer is, but seeing him do it as a Met makes it even better.
Yeah, as Passan has tweeted out, the Yankees are finalizing a deal for 3 minor leaguers. So if we don't know, obviously Passan
are those minor leaguers?
3 minor leaguers. I will probably overreact to see who they give up, but whatever. But Mets fan.
Think of this Volpe Peraza, they would have said it.
It's not. They're not natural. They're only going to go in Soto, maybe Castillo with Peraza, but we'll see who was the first person to reveal who the 3 prospects are. Mets fan, I guess. Max, you said he didn't have his best stuff. The Sierra is going to be bad because there was a lot of fly balls and a lot of hard fly balls.
I mean, he did have enough strikeouts to even it out, maybe. So maybe it'll be about the average size. But no, he lived for this. That's Scherzer's thing, and that's it's crazy. And as much luck as you can put into it, it's Max Scherzer. He's done this stuff for a long time. He knows how to get out of every single situation, and I definitely would run through a brick wall for that guy. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd go to war with that guy because he's nuts. He's freaking nuts, and that's the type of big game guy that you put out here. I obviously can say that deGrom would do just as well, but deGrom doesn't really show much emotion. He's never really shown an emotion before, so they're different guys, and then those are the types of guys that you want to see out there. But it was great to see. But I think the luck will surpass because it was his birthday, so he deserves it. 38 years old, still pitching, still pumping, looking like he's 26 out there. So yeah. Other than that, some other notes I want to put out here. Pete Alonso, red hot since the All-Star break, has looked fantastic. I know we made some jokes about him in the home run derby, completely losing focus after that because of how competitive he is, but he's looked great. Lindor's come through when he's mattered. The worst hitter in the lineup right now is Nimmo.
Yeah, he's been brutal.
Which is weird. I don't think I've ever thought I would see that. But he's going to be okay because he's Brandon Nimmo and he's proven that he can be that type of hitter that gets on. And I'm not worried about him. He's the last guy I worry about. The only thing I worry about him is the health, obviously. And Marte, again, just looked like a fool for about 3 or 4 straight bats to start this game. Been chasing a little bit recently, but he got the job done. He came in through high leverage, which was one of the biggest selling points in his free agency, how he's one of the best high leverage hitters, and we need that in the 2-hole. And then, of course, you got Lindor backing him up right after that, who's also good in high leverage. So McNeil slumping bad as well. Should have traded him when we had the chance. That's all I gotta say.
He should. Right. Hey, what DJ hit a 111 line out in the 6th, and then McNeil hit like a 105 to Glaber in the 8th or whatever.
He's not selling out for the power, so I wouldn't go crazy over him. As much as I would love to troll the McNeil fans, because all of you look like the guy in the top right now, just look like weirdos. But no,
we're throwing shade after we. Okay,
I think we're fine. No, he'll be fine. McNeil will be fine. Nemo will be fine. These guys go through stretches. It happens.
And God, again.
All I can say, last thing I want to say before I pass it on to you guys, this series still showed our weaknesses. They definitely showed. We need bats and we need guys in the pen desperately. But hey, they got the win, the W at the end of the day, and that's all I can ask for. 2-game sweep, and then we'll see him in the Bronx later.
In August, yep. Seeing Andrew Benintendi now, supposedly. But yeah, and again, I like you kind of piggybacking off what you said, but also show the pitching, and that's been the biggest thing. The pitching has been elite, and yes, I tweeted out, in a half game with the Braves, which I love. Austin ever since Austin Riley opened his mouth and said that very clippable tweet. They've lost 2.5 games behind us now. That's now 3 officially, 3, but we're not going to open our mouths here. We know that Salicata says hi, but yeah. Yes, who knows what this team's going to look like in a week. Obviously, the Yankees make the first move. If it's Contreras, if it's obviously I've been Chafin and Robertson, the perfect example for this situation. I like David Peterson in the bullpen. Why the hell is he coming in as a setup in the 8th inning? I get everybody else's, you don't have Otto, you don't have Diaz. This is not the game I'm putting David Peterson in the game. I get you got the lefties, and yeah, your other lefty sucks in Joely, but I get he's the long man, and I get he's like the same thing with Trevor Williams. I think he can be that long man. Don't put him in a situation where like that. He's not a setup guy. That's not what he's made for. He's in mop-up role, which the Mets don't really have mop-up games, that's how good the pitching has been. And obviously Buck using Ottavino and the heavy last night. Yes, he did throw a lot of pitches, but the Mets also had Monday and tomorrow off. I would have, if the Mets were winning in the 9th inning, I would have been interested to see if they would have went to him. Because, again, you have tomorrow off and you had Monday off. Yes, he threw a lot of pitches yesterday. Obviously they weren't winning, but, again, we'll see. Pete Alonso, what do we got here? Yankees get Benintendi. Starting pitching? No, but they got Benintendi. Hey, they needed an outfielder. I'm still trying to figure. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who the minor leaguers or whatever. It's 3 minor leaguers.
The fact that Gallo didn't start in this series tells you all you need to know, and he will not be making any more starts. I don't think he'll make any more starts for the Yankees this year. He is as like a 4th outfielder, and they might even try to just get rid of him completely.
Yeah.
All I can say about the whole Austin Riley thing, I do want to say something, is that he took a book out of the Brody Van Wagenen page. Come and get us, bitches.
Come and get us. And so far, so not so good for Mr. Riley and his hitting streak.
I don't know, man. Listen, these guys aren't here for their brains. So
no, they hit the ball very far in Riley's case. But yeah, leads back up to 3 with the Phillies helping us out these last couple of days. Since I'm a hardcore Phillies fan, good job. JT Realmuto with a big hit, and I like Bohm hitting well. Okay, good. They jumped into a wild card spot. Who the hell cares? But the Braves losing 2 out of 3 and starting to calm the hell down, which. Again, like we've said, the pre-All-Star breaks was the series of the season. Obviously, this one, you were going to get the juice. It's Mets Yankees. It's both teams are in first place. Both teams are good. You knew it was going to be juicy. Next week, that Braves series, the 5 games in Citi Field, if they take 3 to 4 out of 5, I'm not going to Salicata it, but obviously we need to get there. But the Mets having Marlins and Nationals the next 2 series, fatten back up, and then end them next week. But we got the trade deadline in between. We got, obviously, the Marlins seem to always be a pain in the ass. Who the hell knows? Contreras, Robertson, Chafin, JD Martinez. Who the hell else knows? But, yeah, Aaron Judge. And I'm not going to be – I tweeted out, again, Pete Alonso. Aaron Judge hit the 1 homer. But when he had how many bases loaded risk opportunity? Yes, it's Max Scherzer. But he didn't stand a chance in any of those ABs. 3 sliders. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good afternoon.
Lugo, he couldn't come through again.
Exactly. Even against Seth Lugo, which I even saw, and that baseball tweeted out when Jolly, he's going to hit the game-winning homer in the 9th. I'm like, he's going to go Lugo in the 9th. I'm like, he's really about to do it. Nope. Prime Seth Lugo, which, again, we'll give love to Lugo. Obviously, he looked like a major league reliever. He looked like he actually had his curveball. Josh Donaldson was looking for Jesus on that curveball. He could not. He was just buckling on that curveball from Seth. But
in that situation, I mean, it's just in that situation, prime situation right there. That was so big for Lugo. No one needed that more than him. Like,
yes.
No one 100%. Needed that for Lugo. Like Lugo, desperately needed a moment like that, and he got it and that was after kind of cleaning up the crew after
the David Peterson,
the David Peterson 2-run homer. I mean, just like he needed it. Yeah. He really needed it, and it came up in a huge spot, and I give props to him. It's been a tough year for him, but I'll tell you, that was big. That was huge. We probably would have not won this game if it weren't for him.
Because he's a psychopath. That's the answer to everything.
I don't think Max is like
everyone likes McCann. That's why. And the fact that you don't have your all-star catcher there from 2019, that does something. And the thing about McCann is that he caught a no-hitter, right?
Two of them. You got 2.
Two no-hitters, even though one was in a COVID season where Mickey Mouse bats were all over the place. But all I can say is that the impact of not having James McCann here has been horrible. I mean, you look at us since the All-Star break. I mean, we're barely holding on to first place. I can't believe that, we've even survived without this guy. You know what I mean?
Who the hell? The Yankees gave up literally nobody. Oh my God, who the hell are these dudes? Yeah, these are created players.
They gave up nobody for Joey Gallo. So
3 minor league pitchers. I thought it would cost a little more than that, but then again, I don't know. Bente's not that huge name.
I know Beck. Beck Way. I
Martinez,
think
Soto, Contreras. He isn't that tier of guy, but he's gonna help them for sure.
Yeah, he's going to get on base. He's going to play again. Why the hell was Matt Carpenter?
Who are these people? Oh my God.
Who the hell are these guys?
Those are I can't even pronounce.
Yeah, I knew Beckway was a top.
At the Renegades game yesterday. I don't
know. Possibly Beckway is in Hudson Valley. It's a starter. He's number 21 in their system.
Chandler Champlain.
Who the hell are these guys? So they got one. They got one top 30 prospect.
I just want to
2. They got 2.
I want to pull up the photo. Please. I need to pull up this photo because, I don't know why it makes me so happy, but it's
this is the stupid team. That's the stupid team.
That's the vibe till I die.
That's awesome.
These guys are
awesome. Mickey Mouse chain,
shirtless suits, no shirt suit game. This is one of these guys. So, all right, we'll take off.
Even though my heart will always belong to Conforto, Marte, I love you, man. I love you.
So
great.
Yeah, I'm sure against the lefty there, Conforto definitely would have come through.
Definitely would have come through against Wandy. But
I have tons of clips of him coming through. All right.
It's not Hector Neris on the mound. It's the only reason.
And he's actually a really great high leverage hitter, but no one wants to talk about that.
Twitter highlights. What a great way to evaluate players.
But all right. Well, you got for it.
Under the radar shout out for tonight is Daniel Vogelbach, who got on base 3 times.
He
didn't score at all because the guy's after him, but at least Don Smith would not got on base 3 times today. So
No.
I think the fact that he's doing something is a positive.
Hey.
So it's all going to come down to those other guys. Obviously the catcher stepping up.
Yeah.
Was Canada batting? Yeah, Canada batting after him. So we're going to need those other guys to step up. I think, as time goes on, Contreras, he just makes so much sense, man.
Yep.
Really, I think the thing that people aren't talking about enough is that, like, okay, framing isn't great. The guy has an absolute cannon back there. And you know what? Come playoff time, you want to control
some great foreshadowing for tomorrow's video.
Exactly. Great foreshadowing coming on the Mets Weekly channel.
Frank. Does that mean that people need to check out Mets Weekly?
Weekly, yes.
Oh, they always should. I mean, it's right there in the corner. I mean, if
it's
you're not
right there.
What are you doing? Tell a friend,
sir.
tell a stranger, tell a neighbor. I don't know. I mean, tell a giraffe. Whatever.
Tell a giraffe. I don't even know the less docile animals, but yeah. Again, I guess we'll end it here. We'll give our final thoughts. Deadline 6 days away. First big piece off the board in Benintendi. More to come. Red Sox are always the question mark. I think they lost. They were tied in the ninth. They did lose. So, so did the White Sox. Kendall Graveman couldn't throw a goddamn strike today, and he choked out in Colorado. So, content for probably all of us. Obviously, Mets Weekly, me and Mets fan are just going to be doing a kind of hot topic and obviously going live if any trades happen. I'm going to probably learn about these Yankee prospects and probably make a quick little Benintendi video. Frank, I don't know if you will, but he's definitely going to bet. This man is definitely sleeping.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it was either this or Benny, so you got this.
Well, Benny happened as we're stream, but Frank, any predictions for the deadline? Predictions for the Washington series? Trade deadline? Who's getting traded? Soto? Where's Soto go? What do you got?
I don't think Soto gets moved at the deadline. I think if it's going to happen, I think it's going to be in the offseason. I think nobody's going to be able to meet that asking price right now. And Washington doesn't have to trade him right now. Like, they can wait till the offseason. So I don't think Soto's going to get moved. But as far as the Mets, I mean, I think it's Trey Mancini. That's the indication I get. I as much as I love Contreras, I still think it's going to cost too much. And I think that, again, long-term as the fit, unless you're going to re-sign Contreras to be a DH, the whole McCann-Alvarez dynamic is pretty weird. Whereas, like we said, Mancini has that team option for next year. So I think Trey's just a more natural fit. The fact that he can move around that outfield, I know you guys talked about in your to-do list, Jankowski, he can't be here for specific scenarios. So I think that having Mancini as just another potential outfield option that'll also help, you don't need JD Davis at all. I mean, that's the other takeaway from the series. Like, JD, like, even if a catcher, it doesn't matter who's batting, they're pinch hitting. And then Guillorme pinch hit for JD Davis the other day. So it's like, the man, you want to talk about no value.
No value at all.
Literally zero, like negative value at this point.
That was the other thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, he's not doing it.
Lefty was in. They left Vogelbach.
Vogelbach to hit.
Yes.
Instead of JD Davis, who was the only right-handed batter on the bench, I believe, right?
Yep, correct.
Everybody else is a left-handed batter, so they could have switched him out if they put back another righty in the next turn he's bat. JD Davis is toast, man. It's done. It's over. Like, I'm telling you, if he's not gone, not only am I going to be confused, but I'm actually at this point, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be upset that he's not gone.
Just
JD Davis, even Dom Smith, great guys, but it's enough already. Like, it's over. Like, they have not proven anything. It's over. Like, enough already. All over.
Exactly.
It's enough.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, I don't even remember, other than when he played first base in that game against the Cubs with this pick, I don't remember the last time this guy was even in the field.
Oh yeah, that was definitely
like that's what I'm saying. When we talk about value, it's literally it's hurting. It's actually a negative value at this. That's how bad it's gotten with Davis. So I think having Mancini, it's like you don't need JD Davis at all. You might not even need Jankowski anymore. So I just think if you get Mancini, hopefully reliever, obviously we like Lopez, but if it's Tate, whatever, I think Mancini is the guy because, again, like we said, there is no other right-handed bat, whether it's off the bench or when you're facing a lefty and, Vogelbach's not going to start. They just need that other right-handed bat as a presence. So I think that Trey Mancini definitely be a nice fit.
Yeah.
With Jankowski, I understand speed kills, but that's also killing the bench. So I can't if you want to give me someone with speed, get me someone that can do something else as well.
Do you think the Reds will trade Martinez?
That's really it.
Reds.
Reds. Oh yeah. So thanks. Good segue to what I was going to finish off with here. Benintendi is getting vaxxed, so Yankee fans. He can play in Toronto now.
Did he say that?
Moreno just tweeted out that he will be vaccinated.
Oh wow! Oh, good for him. I mean, he really cares about winning. I mean, that's interesting. Wow.
So that
there was that report that the Yankees aren't going to trade for him, but since they probably somehow reached out and he said, you know what, if it's for a potential chance at the World Series, I'll do it. Then again, as much as I love the Blue Jays, nothing to worry about. You're not going to have to go through Toronto to make it to the World Series. So I think he'll be okay.
The Blue Jays were trying as well to try to get Benintendi, but he chose
so he can't even play home games.
Yeah, presumably, teams were under the impression that he would get vaccinated. So there's that. So there's the end of the Yankee talk. This series proves to me, I think, that Billy Epler needs to be aggressive at the deadline. Again, to stay toe-to-toe with probably a team you could play in the World Series. Yes, you need to get the lefty in the bullpen because obviously David Peterson's a long man, not a seventh-inning guy, and David Robertson. If you get the bundle for Contreras, I do think they're going to try to get JD Martinez on August 2nd. I think if they get Contreras done, I think they're going to wait till at the deadline. This could be a Justin Verlander to Houston type thing, where the Mets are going to wait it out, and they're going to see. If this is obviously they get Contreras tomorrow or by the weekend. If they get it done and they get, Robertson, Chafin, and then maybe find a lefty, not just has to be Chafin or something like that. What?
If the Mets got Contreras, Robertson, Martinez, and Chafin,
you got to do.
If they don't win, I mean, what more do you want?
Exactly. And again, Jake back on Monday, maybe Tuesday. Especially this series
because the ERA got bad today.
He did have a bad ERA against Plumbers, but it's all good.
Here's the thing. When you can't pitch to AAA hitters,
facts, you're just bad.
And even though right after that he just basically blew right through the lineup, it's bad, right?
It's bad ERA.
Scherzer. All he did, he threw just nothing but no hitters in his rehab.
Zero, but no, he threw zero.
Zero. He put
zeros.
He was just so dominant, right? And I think that a guy that hasn't pitched in a while should be just traded. We
got good value for him too.
All I can say is that McCann hasn't played in a while, right? Traded. That's my point, right? If you can't play, you get traded, right? So what I'm saying here is that if you're going to take up a roster spot on the 40-man roster, right? We have tons of guys deserving of it. Like Josh Walker, right? We got Connor Gray, right? I saw Junior Santos yesterday. He was pitching pretty well.
Same as Robert.
He was doing great. Gave up 6 runs in the first inning.
I'm trying to end this to the old man go to bed. Can you just get to your point? Come on.
Might as well trade McGill while you're at it. He's not
exactly. Trade him for
McGill again. Yeah, exactly.
Injury prone. Get all these injury prone guys out of here.
All I can say is that Eduardo Escobar, that ACL is looking bad to me, so he might have to go.
He did run pretty fast, so we got to make sure to check it out.
I think he has sneaky speed. Honestly,
he's got some sneaky speed. So
he's a great base runner. He's a fantastic base runner, actually. He's a fantastic base runner. So actually, but he's Ty Kelly from the left side.
He's Ty Kelly from the left side. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out Mets Weekly ESM video coming out tomorrow, talking about a certain player we brought up. Check out Frank. He's going to be doing deadline stuff as well as myself. Subscribe to me. Drop a like. Next post game, probably Jake's debut, I would think, unless a no-hitter or something happens.
That'll never happen.
It's never going to happen, but just in case Jacob deGrom ever comes to work, maybe we'll do a post game. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. The Yankees lose.